everybody out there in the land of YouTube. Annette Dion here. I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. Please let me know that you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. A thumbs up that I can see. Gotta check. Checking. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. The concert's about to begin. Okay, thank you. Got it. Okay, thank you, thank you. What a week it has been. We're really facing some stuff and getting the message. Okay, great. I plugged in my microphone, so it should be good. Okay. We're in a place where we're seeing what we're up against. And I know that what we're up against is scary. And we've got to be fearless. This week, well, I mean, it's just one thing after another, after another, after another, right? The 3 dictators are the new axis of evil, yeah. I really want everyone to understand that we need to rely on our spiritual guides and our spiritual resources, whatever that means to you. And by the way, yeah, on a different topic, it seems that Google changed back so gratefully that your name no longer says @ with your handle, and I'm really glad. I don't know what changed, but maybe they got a lot of complaints and they decided to maybe pay attention to us. It's a good thing when that happens. What I want to tell you is that I really know that we have to face the fire. We have to face what's going on. And I do Off the Ledge every single day, and I just did a very late one because I went to Maine for like 24 hours, which just threw my schedule off a little bit. But I did do an Off the Ledge. And I really know that we need to rely on forces outside of our physical dimension here. We do. Why else would you show up at a psychic channel if you didn't want to, have conversations about what the other side is saying? Really important. Cheryl Clark's putting lobsters up there. Remind me of where you are in Maine, Cheryl. I had the most delicious lobster roll last night for dinner after we did our guided meditation. Yeah, so what's happening is we really have to rely on our spiritual resources. Here's the Kamala 1 mug. I think I'm caught up on the orders. If you think I forgot you, send me an email. AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. I'm going to drink my fake beer out of the Kamala 1 mug. What we're seeing is extreme. What we're seeing is extreme. Barbara loves her Kamala 1 mug. This fits an entire pot of coffee. so I like you for that. Or tea, whatever. It's extreme what we're witnessing. Yeah, thanks for everyone here tonight. I'm so grateful that you're here. If we weren't doing this, I think we'd all be going even more crazy. Cheryl's 30 minutes from Portland, Maine. Are you north or south? I have tea leaves tonight. Yeah, so, I remember when Marianne Williamson was in the presidential race, so she was campaigning to have a Department of Peace. Okay, Cheryl, got it. North. A Department of Peace. And instead of having what we all want, which would be a Department of Peace, sounds good to me. She was the one that brought up the idea, Marianne Williamson. several years ago. But now we have what we don't want, which is a Department of War, right? Thank you, Annie, for the donation. All of Missouri is falling down the GOP rabbit hole. Okay, that's an absolute statement. That's an extreme statement. Can you reel it in, Diane? Because that's not a fact. All of Missouri, it's not possible, right? All of Missouri cannot possibly be falling down the GOP rabbit hole. That's a fake statement. I'm just telling you. When things get extreme, we've got to, this is what I know about metaphysics. When things get extreme, and I think you all know this, we feel more passionately and with more fervent energy the need to push for the opposite. We need to push for the opposite. So if we don't want a Department of War, then we've got to really work for peace. RFK yesterday, absolutely reprehensible, disgusting, unacceptable. I've never borne witness to a more unhealthy individual. The orange monster is an anomaly. We'll just push him to the side. I've never borne witness to such an unhealthy individual. I don't care how many pull-ups and how many push-ups and how many laps that RFK Jr. can do. That man is very, very sick. I'm just reading the chat. Angela's saying about 400 ICE raiders are in the outskirts of Chicago, supposedly instead of the National Guard being sent in. Here in Pennsylvania, Donnie's saying our governor allowed people to get COVID vaccines. Yeah. So, what we need to do is fight back. I've never seen such an unhealthy individual in my life. I channeled JFK one time. You guys might remember that. And this was before RFK got his assignment to kill us. That's what I just said. When I channeled JFK, he said that his nephew is very mentally ill. We're going to read on him first. I hope you take opportunities to take breaks. Kennedy's being protested by federal employees who are demanding him to resign. Yeah. We can't take our eye off the ball. We have to keep paying attention to what's going on. So what I'm going to do is pull 3 cards about the fate of the criminal. If he allows a pandemic to just run roughshod over this country, we could infect the whole entire fucking world. So this is life or death. Yes. Darren saying, I heard some of the blue states are going to have their own Department of Health and to make recommendations to blue state residents. That's where we have to be. That's where we have to be. And I did see the National Guard just took 400 construction workers out of the Hyundai plant. He's making the rest of, Dumpy is making the rest of the world enemies. He's poking and prodding them to hate us, our former friends. Right now I'm going to pull 3 cards about RFK Jr. So contact your state officials. It's September. We're going into flu and COVID season. We're going into a time where people are more susceptible to illness because people will be, in a few short weeks, people will be cooped up indoors. RFK. All right, this damn King of Swords comes up every single time, just about every single time I pull cards. This, yeah, this is the power of the dark money. The Ten of Cups is, they think they're celebrating right now. This is RFK that I'm reading about. But they're not so sure RFK Jr., the oligarchs, they're not so sure RFK Jr. is really going to be effective in doing their bidding. Michael Garrity is saying Massachusetts is going to do a health alliance with other blue New England states. That is, nobody even had to tell me that. I already know what Massachusetts will do. I mean, it doesn't even take a psychic. This state is on it. California is on it. Governor Pritzker in Illinois, they're on it. There are very many blue states, and I think the red states will follow suit, that are going to start forming their own departments of health. This is potential murder. So as far as RFK Jr. goes, the oligarchy is not so sure about him because they're not so sure that he's going to be effective in carrying out their bidding. Yeah, the government of Massachusetts is amazing. Remember, democracy started here. The Revolutionary War started here. The Civil War started. That's a different story, right? Let's ask the pendulum. Will RFK Jr. be forced to resign? I have a yes on that. I have a yes, he'll be forced to resign. Is it going to be because we have some kind of an epidemic? No. So I think it's going to be before that happens. Yeah, Darren's given good advice. Keep your immune system as strong as possible. That's what I did during COVID. I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but I didn't get the vaccine for COVID. Okay, so it does look like RFK Jr. will be forced to resign. Let's see if I have these silly little cards that are timing cards. Let's see if we get anything on that. I really do think that we're going to see, because of RFK Jr., we're going to see states take matters into their own hands. And it's going to happen quickly because you heard the urgency. If you heard any of the hearing with him, you heard the urgency, not just with Democrats, but with Republicans too, even the ones that follow Dumpy. Now, we saw Marjorie Taylor Greene, we'll read on it tonight. Suspect, that she's like speaking out for the Epstein victims. We saw several Republicans, governors of red states, reading RFK Jr. the Riot Act, okay? So we're starting to see common ground forming. We've got to keep our eye on the prize. We need to oust them. We need to oust the fascists. And it's going to that will become our common ground when it gets scary. I don't care how MAGA you are, when it comes to losing your loved ones, you'll want a health department. So let me look at whether these cards give us a time frame on RFK Jr. just for fun, just to see. Because it looks like he's going to have to resign. He's going to be forced to design. I was reading RFK Jr. is dangerous and I said design. Resign. On a rainy day. See? They're kind of silly. But they're fun. On a rainy day, he'll resign. So look for a rainy day. that could mean, if I want to interpret that, that could be when things get a little dicey. Let's read on Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah, Nancy Mace, I'm sorry. It doesn't even take a psychic to see that faked thing that she did when she left listening. You know, they had a meeting where they were listening to the Epstein victims prior to the press conference. When she came out of the room, like, just like gushing and sobbing and tears as if she was traumatized. All that's well and good, but then you don't go and vote for the Epstein victims to not be vindicated. You don't go and vote for the files to not be released after you stage that act. That woman, Nancy Mace, is mentally ill also. We're going to read on Marjorie Taylor Greene. Actually, I'll just read the normal cards. The normal cards. Yeah, I'm happy you all have your actual names back and not those dorky handles. They must have gotten a lot of complaints. Yeah, Nancy Mace is making it about herself. Yes, and if she really was on the side of the Epstein victims, wouldn't she have voted to have the files released? I mean, she's gonzo. Gonzo. Thomas is a dad joke. What did the mama coffee bean say to her misbehaving child coffee bean? You're grounded. Bum. I like that. That's a good coffee lover's joke. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah, she's kissing up. She's kissing up. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I mean, she might have felt some sympathy, but she's kissing up to her constituents. And what it's really about is she wants the names of the Democrats that may be in the files released. Is that what it is? Okay, well, it's not just that she wants the names of the Democrats in the files released. Is she mad? Is she mad at Dumpy? Is Marjorie? I get that she's mad at Dumpy. I'm not sure why. Why might that be? Let's look a little further. I get the sense that Marjorie Taylor Greene was told that if she stood up for the Epstein victims, it would be beneficial to her. I think it's about her wanting to be reelected. The Nine of Pentacles also, she sees that there's evidence. The evidence is too strong. I get kind of a sense that Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to be seen for once as reasonable for some reason. Read the dad joke, it's a long one. And the Six of Cups. This has to do with, I feel like her constituents have advised her that the best look for her is that look. Is siding with the Epstein victims or just making a point. I feel like people have told her that it will look good on her if she does that. Is it going to help Marjorie Taylor Greene in terms of her public persona? Yes, it definitely, it's working. And if any of these people in our government, so-called government, if any of these people want to be seen, any of these people in leadership positions in the United States, if any of them want to be popular, it's getting to this point. They're going to have to do and say the things that align with we the people. And that's starting to happen. Okay, I think I had a few things. I'd written down a few things. Albrego Garcia, they are really messing with this guy. Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene is absolutely an opportunist. I mean, her picture should be in the dictionary next to opportunist. right? Three cards about Albrego Garcia. What's going to happen to him? Thomas is asking for good news. I will give you some good news. We can overthrow this authoritarian regime. There's your good news. We can overthrow this authoritarian regime. We have the power to do it. I'm going to give you some more good news. The United States of America has been on top of the world for a very long time, for decades. The groundwork is there. It's been laid. The groundwork has been laid. And when we all get together, it doesn't take every single citizen, but when we all get together and we say, screw this, we're not going to take this. And it's so many millions upon millions of people, then there's nothing we cannot do together. We're coming up on the anniversary of September 11th. Look at what we achieved after September 11th. We bonded together and we rebuilt this. We rebuilt New York City and we rebuilt this country and we made it more secure. And the other good news, and we need to pray for all the people that are victims of war, is that we are not having bombs falling on our heads. I'm not saying you're not grateful. I'm just saying things to think about. Albrego Garcia. Didn't some high-level DOJ official get outed? Was a honeypot today? I don't know what you mean by that. Albrego Garcia. Well, I think Albrego Garcia has some strong support around him. Thomas saw the play Hamilton. Yes, on the big screen. Oh, great. Yeah, Disney Plus, during the pandemic, Disney showed Hamilton, and I think you can still watch it. Yeah, you go watch Hamilton. You'll love it. Albrego Garcia, he's got some strong support around him. This is a test. We're in a test of our judicial system. It's hard work. It's a lot of work. It's exhausting. But the Nine of Pentacles tells me that our law gets stronger around this case about Albrego Garcia. Yeah, wow. 1 year for North Carolina hurricane and still reeling from the destruction. You're in Maine, though, right? Yeah, it's awful. Let's read on what happens as a result of dumpy. I mean, the guides are telling me this is all going to get turned around. The Department of War. I don't know. What happens since he's called to the Department of War? The things that he does are so stupid. Every single thing. He's such a child. This orange monster is such a child. Like an evil little child. Like, oh, I know this will bother them. Let me do this. Oh, I know this will really piss them off. Oh, so let me do this. I know. I'll bring back all the Confederate general names to slap back onto our military. Oh, I know. We'll just make everything go backwards. Oh, I know. We'll call all those Epstein victims a Democrat hoax. Oh, I know. We'll bring in this guy. Who'd they bring in from England? Forage? Some dude who works for Putin, who loves Putin. They brought him in. The Republicans, or whatever you want to call them. They brought this guy in. He's English. They like people with British accents that are evil. They bring him in, and he's supposed to be speaking out for free speech. He's a total Putin ally. Nigel Farage. Like, what a freaking piece of work. Anyway, what am I reading on? Tell me what I was just reading on. I really forgot. Where's Terry tonight? She's usually here on Fridays to help me. I get ranting about something. All right, if you don't tell me, I'm going to start over. The idiotic. The Department of War. I was reading on the Department of War, right? You lost track too. I feel better. I was reading on the Department of War. It's okay. We're all in this together. We're figuring it out. The Department of War. Him changing, because I got on my rant on all the other stupid things that he's doing. Just totally stupid. It shows how low IQ Dumpy is, that he's doing these stupid things. Let's bring back the Confederacy. In a nutshell, right? Let's bring back the Confederacy, and let's bring back Hitler-esque fascism. Let's do that. Well, this doesn't look too good for him. The Six of Swords, when the Six of Swords comes up, I get the energy of January 6th. He's looking like an absolute fool. I don't think the military's going for this one. I already read on Garcia. Try to keep up. I don't think, I know, it's not easy for me either. I'm not picking on you. I'm reading on him renaming the Department of Defense the Department of War. Basically, it just suggests we're going to war, right? And by the way, speaking of that, we read on that Venezuelan attack on that boat. There was no attack on no boat. We read on it the other night. Remember, we read on it, and I was like, no, that looks like it was fake to me. He's terrified of the Epstein files, true, and he's freaking out. As far as renaming the Department of Defense the Department of War, absolutely, this is a major distraction. It's a major attempt at distraction. Yeah, but he should be given the Nobel Peace Prize, right? The Nobel Peace Prize. Unbelievable. And did you see Witkoff? Can you believe these cabinet meetings that they have? I mean, how low can your esteem go to be just glomming all over this disgusting POS that probably stinks? The military doesn't want the Department of War. The military doesn't, and they're seeing him as a fool. I don't think it's going to stick. Hang on a second. It's a little warm in here. Suddenly, oh, and look at that moon. Look at that big old full moon. You can't see it from here, but yeah, check out the moon tonight. It's amazing. It doesn't look like that Department of War name is going to stay. Is it going to? It's not going to stay. I'm wondering if it's up to him. I'm wondering, is it completely up to him? Yes, I'm on StreamYard tonight. I don't think, I mean, I get that he thinks it's up to, all right. Is it completely up to Dumpy 100% whether to rename it? He thinks it's up to him. Rose is asking if I'm on StreamYard. Is there a reason that you're asking? Because it makes me think that there's some kind of an issue. The full moon technically is Sunday. We're heading into a full moon lunar eclipse on Sunday. I'll be at a moonrise party. I'll do a vid from there, like I did last month. And it's in the sign of Pisces. The military is fighting dumpy. Leaks are coming out. Yeah, let's read on that, Karen. Good thing to read on. Oh, because the letters are correct and not backwards? Yes. When I record, just a little, explanation of this whole process of the videoing. I use StreamYard because the letters go the right way. YouTube refused to tell me what was going on. YouTube refuses to tell me a lot of things. And I'm just living with that because I want to stay on. And when I pre-record videos, I pre-record it so the letters come out right, not backwards. When I do Church of Spirituality, if I can, I turn whatever I have that has letters on it, I turn it backwards so it looks forwards. Okay, next. Needs congressional permission to change it to the Department of... Yeah, I got that. I got that he thinks that he can do it. Because he's a dictator. He's a self-proclaimed dictator. Will Congress approve Department of War? I'm not sure we'll get that far. Yeah, all these executive orders are not law. He has no say in anything like this. It's Congress, like the tariffs. Like the tariffs. Yes, Rose, the word blessing, I turned that backwards for Church of Spirituality because that's a live stream on YouTube. Because I don't know how the music would sound on StreamYard. I need to do a test run of that. StreamYard connects to YouTube, and that's how I do this. Okay, so I'm going to choose 3 cards about, let's see. I think I need the nefarious cards. I know that we're all wicked nervous about what is going on with Pooty going to China. And whenever I look into that, I feel like President Xi feels like he's bluffing with Putin, and I'm not sure what that's about. I know in the past he's been very reluctant to help Putin with his war in Ukraine. So everybody's all like in a hysteria, hair on fire, freaking out, very scared that the evil superpowers, I don't even call Russia a superpower. He's losing the war. He's lost the war, according to what I keep feeling. So President Xi looks to Putin like that he's a loser, but there's something that he can gain from that connection. Now Modi, the president of India, what a mess. I don't feel that the alliance will last. And we're right to be, it's normal that we would be like kind of freaked out by that because we live in a nuclear world. And I keep on getting that Russia is done. So let me see. I think about all the Indians in America, how the Indian culture has really, really kind of been interdispersed. I mean, I talk about Sadhguru all the time, right? Go to the ashram and it's all people from India, mostly. They're very integrated into our society, people from India. And for that matter, from other countries too, but we're just talking about Modi. It's like going against the natural order of things. It has a shelf life. Hang on, we have to read a dad joke. What did the baby goat say to the mother goat? I kid you not. Cue. So specifically about the axis of evil, the new axis of evil, I'm going to pull 3 cards about how it's going to go for them. And I really kind of want to look at what this is all leading to. they're not going to gain very much. They're trying to steal. They're trying to steal as much money and power as they can. But the Five of Cups is kind of like, yeah, you know, was it really worth it? It's just for, they don't gain very much. The new axis of evil. And the Ace of Wands is like, there's going to be a lot of messaging that's against them. I'm actually getting a sense that them coming together makes democratic forces fight harder. Hey, Amanda. Your handle says Amanda, not Llama Tangent. I'm not really seeing that it gets very far. I don't see a lot of advantages to that little coalition there between Modi and Xi and Putin. And then the Saudis too, right? It's a big show of like I get they're showing their muscles, right? Like RFK Jr. Now, not to underestimate the power of China. I just wish the dictators would go away, don't you? I guess we've been wishing that through all of humanity. I'm going to read on Modi in particular, and how India is doing, how the Indian people in India are doing with all this. What do they think of Modi? I know that I saw not long ago a video of the Indian people burning a stuffed thing, like a scarecrow type thing, that looked like Trump. They hate Trump. I don't ever hear people saying they hate the American people. I hear people from other countries saying, maybe I'm just not hearing it, saying that they disapprove of Dumpy. And they hate him, and that they think he's a clown and all that. Modi, India. I don't see a lot of benefit for him, but there's that King of Swords again, which comes up every single time I do readings about what's going on now. So let me ask the pendulum, because it's starting to drive me crazy. That and the Eight of Wands. Is the King of Swords representing the billionaires? Not really. Okay. Because you may have noticed how often I get the King of Swords. Does the King of Swords represent the predominant feeling of the people of planet Earth? That's interesting. Yeah. 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 I saw Sadhguru meeting with Modi before. The Indian people, he's also met with Joe Rogan. There's a video of Sadhguru and conversation with Joe Rogan. He interviewed him. Sadhguru, there's a lot going on there. Anyway, King of Swords, Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is Modi. He's overlooking a better opportunity. It was not the best move for him. I think that the Indians are going to revolt. Yeah, look up Joe Rogan and Sadhguru. I think the Indians are going to revolt. I don't think they like this. Breaking GOP, I'll read that in a second. Are the Indian people going to revolt? Yeah, the Indian people are not happy. So I'm feeling the forces of democracy getting very strong in the face of this. Breaking GOP rep Oregon Cyrus Javandi leaving because he said they are not governing and Trump is trying to burn it down. Absolutely he is. Good. I'm glad he grew up here. Dad joke. My friend from Ireland is going to marry a lady from New Orleans. It's going to be quite an occasion. Very cute. Kind of hard to believe that Sadhguru went on Joe Rogan's show. Let me tell you something about that. I actually think it was a couple of years ago. But you can't sit with an enlightened master like that and not be changed in some way. And just for the records, it's S-A-D like Sad H Guru. Sadhguru. Just in case you want to know how to spell it. I saw a shift in Joe Rogan. I did. I mean, that's what I see. It looks like the Indian people are going to revolt against Modi. I think he's going to be taking a lot of crap about that. A lot of crap. I want to read on us. I want to read on we the people. But first, I want to thank you for being here tonight. We always have a wonderful, wonderful group of people here, no matter how big or small. I keep promising I'm going to start a tarot class videos that I will upload for members. I think next week might be the week I get to it, so I keep promising I will fulfill that promise. If you become a member and you choose a level at which you'd like to join, you're invited to a psychic party once a month. You have access to all of my presentations and courses and videos, basically learning what I do and how to do it for the meager amount of like a big latte at the lower levels. If you can donate at the higher levels, of course, it's very much appreciated. I also have a Substack. It's under a net Substack. I write articles frequently about what's going on. When we have enough thumbs up, we do a group hug, so we need 200, but I can't tell when I'm on StreamYard. I don't see the thumbs up. We're going to pick 3 cards about our democracy and we the people. Dad joke, I predicted there would be no more food fights at breakfast. Boy, do I have egg on my face. That's great. I went with my sister. If any of you, maybe Cheryl, just speaking of breakfast, we went to this really great breakfast place. It was called oh, hang on a second. Hang on a second. I'm going to ask my sister, what was the name of the restaurant? Indulge me. And I had, be funny if she's watching me. I had a Belgian berry waffle with strawberries and blueberries and raspberries, and it was fresh. It was so delicious. 3 cards about our democracy. And I'm texting her to see if she can remind me the name of the place. I don't know if she has her phone with her. But I might. She just sent me something and said it will crack me up, so maybe I'll play it for you. I don't know what it is. We the people. Let's not miss out on the opportunity that we have. Failure to remove this fascist regime is not an option. Yes, a Belgian waffle with strawberries and blueberries and raspberries. My mouth is watering. We the people, we want the law back, we want justice back. We know we can't just let this opportunity pass us by. We want to celebrate, we intend to celebrate 250 years of a strong democracy. Maria's growing strawberries. Oh, Cheryl, you're funny. IHOP? No, of course not. It was a little cafe. It was cute. We the people in our democracy. Yeah, here we are. I mean, we really do have to get a little bit stronger about our conviction. And I mean this really sincerely. We have to get really stronger about in our conviction that we're overthrowing this fascist regime. You're going to hear me screaming it from the rafters again and again and again and again. We cannot keep them in our government. They're there illegitimately. They're a criminal, mob, fascist, Putin-run regime. We need to get them out of there. They gotta go. All right, since we do dad jokes, I'm gonna show you whatever she sent me. I don't know, I haven't seen it. I'm taking a risk. How long is it? taking a break. It's just a few minutes. It's called 5th grade boys synchronized swimming talent show skit. Because we need a mental health break. I have no idea what this is. What are they doing? I'm waiting for the grand finale. All right, there's our mental health break. And then it just went to me live. Okay, so that was a little break. I hadn't seen that. My sister just sent it. Okay. Tell me, before we continue reading, what you're going to do this weekend to lighten your energy up. We need 4 more thumbs up. The crowd went wild, right? That was cute. Let's remind ourselves we need to play. We need to be playful. It lifts the energy up. The reason that these fascist, horrible people are being fascist and horrible is because they're fucking miserable. They're miserable, miserable human beings that think that they just have to ruin everybody else's fun and make everyone suffer. Go to the movies. You're going to the movies. Oh, good. We have 200 group hug time. Okay, we're going to do a group hug. Thank you for helping us to get to 200. Read Thomas's dad joke. And after you read Thomas's dad joke, we're going to do a group hug. But we're going to continue reading. I do have tea leaves. So once again, we might go overtime. Over an hour. Let's do a group hug and think about all the people of the world fighting for democracy. This is an international effort. Okay? This is an international effort. Yeah, diaper diplomacy is funny, right? Let's think of all the people, all the leaders in Europe, the real leaders in America. Let's think about us having so much power that we take down this fascist regime and the others all fall too. Let's send a healing hug to all the people that are being terrorized by ICE and anyone who's suffering, our veterans and our homeless and our people that are suffering from depression. 1, 2, 3. Big hug. We're hugging each other here virtually. Even if people are watching on replay, you can feel it. Thank you. That's the energy that's going to save us. That's it right there. You're welcome. Awesomeness. Is that the Canadian flag? There were quite a few Canadians. Thank you, Canadian friends. There were quite a few Canadians that were visiting Maine, so that was good. I had this whole idea I was going to go up there and be on the beach, and it was so windy and cold, it just didn't work out. Hopefully we get a couple more hot days. Let's pull 3 cards about Kamala. All right? Breakfast in the farmer's market. Yeah, go to a farmer's market. Nice. I like that little cute little skit break. That was nice. Maybe we'll do like Mary Trump does mental health breaks on her videos. We might start doing that. Although we have the dad jokes. All right. Hang on a second. I need to sip my tea. There's some good news, Thomas. Are you putting up a big flotilla headed to Gaza to break the siege from the war? Criminal Netanyahu, right. Yeah. Unbelievable. All right, so let's read on, let's do this. I haven't read on Dumpy all night. I don't think I need to. He's just consistently horrible. But what I am going to read on is the Epstein, the fallout for him from the Epstein revelations. The fallout for Dumpy from the Epstein victim speaking out. That is not going away. It is not going away. Things get worse before they get better. I just want you all to remember that. The fallout from the Epstein. Oh, look at this. Okay, here. I couldn't have said it better myself. The fallout from the Epstein victim speaking out is the emperor gets rocked off of his rocker. Okay, I'm going to read on something else about this. Yeah. He gets knocked off of his rocker into a place where he can't return from. That's what's going to happen for him. What I want to read on about the victims list is what I'm hearing is that the fascists are trying to get in and eliminate Dumpy and all the Republicans' names from the Epstein list, the Epstein files. They're attempting, I'm going to ask the pendulum, they're attempting to do that, to remove Dumpy's name and all the Republicans, there's like 600 of them in the Epstein files. They're attempting to take their names off and leave the names of anybody else. Are they going to succeed? Not really. I really think, I mean, they'll do that. Okay, well, they do that even though it won't succeed because the information is just, it's already out there. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. You're participating in an animal blessing? Oh, nice. With Tibetan monks? Very nice. In Connecticut? Beautiful. People are putting up what they're doing over the weekend. My sister just said, did we watch the video? And I'll just tell her I played it for my fans. You're my fans. All right, if you're in Maine, the name of the breakfast place is Cole Road Cafe. C-O-L-E, Cole Road Cafe in Biddeford, Maine. Yeah, Biddeford. Is it Biddeford? Yeah. And by the way, driving through Biddeford, Maine, I noticed we drove right by, when we left the breakfast place, we drove right by Susan Collins' office. She's in Biddeford, Maine. And I want to remind you all that Graham Plattner is running for her seat. So support these Democrats. There's so much more we can read on, but I think it's time to get to the tea leaves. All right. Well, you have to do fun things over the weekend. Promise me. Everybody here, promise me you're going to do fun things over the weekend. And one thing I want to mention is the last time I read the tea leaves, I don't know if you guys remember this, but I'm reading the tea leaves and I'm like, I didn't even know what I was talking about. There's something coming in from outer space. Do you guys remember that? I had no idea. Playing with your grandson. Nice. Oh, thank you. I was going to read on Kamala. Thank you. I'm sleep deprived. My schedule was all off today, so just bear with me. We'll read on Kamala, then we'll read the tea leaves. Cheryl's going to have lobster. The name of the place for the great lobster rolls is in Old Orchard Beach, and it's called Johnny Shucks. Like shucking an oyster. Don't sleep too much, Electra Storm. You gotta get up and have some fun. We're reading on Kamala. Read Thomas's last dad joke. Well, even though Kamala right now is in a place of just kind of not stagnant, just kind of holding a holding pattern. Marby's going to the dentist tomorrow. We're talking about fun things. Maybe you think that's fun. Kamala, the Hierophant. I keep on getting the Hierophant. This is where we're going to focus on our Constitution. Focusing on our Constitution means all the laws that Dumpy is breaking, he's not able to do the bad deeds he's attempting. Prince of Pentacles. Remember I told you that Kamala has, I'll get back to the outer space thing in a second. Remember I said that Kamala would have a lot of people that would step up, that would give her security on her book tour. Then later I heard that actually is happening. Yes. And I actually got that it will be better security for her. So it's a blessing in disguise. Laughing gas can make the dentist fun. You're funny. Rose. So yeah, right now Kamala's in a little bit of a holding pattern. But she does have the help and the assistance that she needs. Celtic Seer, what are you saying? Vance will be sworn in. Watch what you say. I'm just teasing you. But still, let's have our thoughts on what we want to see happen. All right. So, in the tea leaves, last time, I think I read them on Wednesday. I was looking at the tea leaves. I think I was looking at where the sun was, because the planets are in the cup. And I said, I see something coming down from outer space. And I just heard there's some kind of an unidentified object that's coming in from some faraway galaxy. Some faraway galaxy. Sound familiar? And I was watching Mary Trump, which is kind of where I got the idea to have the mental health break, and my sister sent me that, so that was our mental health break. But she does that, and I think it's a great idea. So if you go back and watch Mary Trump's video, when she does her mental health break, from 6 o'clock today, when she does her mental health break, she is showing that there is something coming from outer space. And people aren't sure if it has connections to an alien, I don't know, civilization. We'll read on that next time. Maybe they're going to land. But anyway, we are in the precursor time to this full moon lunar eclipse. And I just want to tell you, it is definitely time for a personal overhaul for every single one of us. Cheryl's saying it's a meteor, but it's not actually a meteor. It's something else. They thought it was a meteor, but now they're not sure. Okay, so this is a fighter jet, and it's in Mars position. See the fighter jet? It's in the Mars position. We're seeing more fighter jets than Putin is aware of or knows about coming into Russia. This, Look at what's going on with the astrology, and I'll do Off the Ledge, and we have an astrology report from Kathy Beale daily. Yes, from out of our galaxy. That's what I'm talking about. Some have called it a visitor. Yeah, what's astounding to me is that I said that when I was reading the tea leaves on Wednesday, and I had no idea what I was talking about, which honestly is what it feels like when you do psychic work. If you're a psychic, you just go with it. It has a very different chemical composition than any other celestial object that has come into our solar system. See? And Michael, I think you were the one that commented when I mentioned it on Wednesday. Have to go back and watch. So, the full moon lunar eclipse looks like it comes with some kind of a big shift or a gift or a message. I'm not really sure what that line is about. We can go back to it. This looks like somebody blowing a horn. This looks like people looking up to the heavens. That's interesting. And I see somebody who looks like they have a mask on, crouched down, attending to people. This looks like a dispersion of things that people need. Somebody mentioned that there was a flotilla going to Gaza. There is aid going to Gaza. We're going to see more of that, which is really necessary. Saturn is going to show, like, we're going to be shown where we need to be disciplined and to really work hard. Saturn is here. It's going to be underlined. It's going to be very pronounced. We need to work hard here. Darth Vader is coming to tell Dumpy he is his father. Michael's got more info. Its tail is moving towards the sun rather than away from it by the force of the solar wind. It's really interesting. We'll have to have more on that later. So there's somebody who's just disseminating food and aid. There are people looking up to the skies. I think this cosmic event is more intense than we may realize. And I have seen the tarot card come up recently in people's readings. So there are some big shifts and changes coming. This looks like people escaping, fleeing danger. So fascinating. And that looks like the alien spaceship from War of the Worlds. I couldn't help myself. The old War of the Worlds, the black and white one. Remember they had the... You have to watch it. Anyway, I got off on a tangent. Whoa, boy. We are here to uplift each other 3 times a week live. And the rest of the week, we're here to uplift each other anyway. I do Off the Ledge daily, so look for that tomorrow. I did a late one earlier because my schedule was all screwed up today. And I'm in Salem tomorrow, but on Sunday, Please tune in for Church of Spirituality. It's going to be a special service where it's a memorial part of it for the September 11th. Full moon lunar eclipse that day. Keep your thoughts and vibes up. It's really, 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 really important. And these sunflowers are from the farmer's market. So pick some up. To book a reading, psychic@dion.com. Please know that my income and my existence as a YouTube creator is really dependent on your help. We're in this together. So help any way that you can. Thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, share if you can. We all have so much love in this group that we just all feel better when we're done. So thank you for that. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern, live. Do the meditation from last night. And there's more, but you're probably wanting to go do something else now. All right. Namaste. Love you lots. Be good to yourselves. Have fun. Okay, bye.